Good evening and welcome to Lowell Thomas Communications presentation of NYLaughs, taking comedy to the people. My name is Chris Panettiere.
I'm Kelly Dinan.
Jason Quick.
And I'm Ryan Mellons.
And we're delighted to show you this presentation tonight.
Alright, so first up, the main motto, as you probably know, of NYLaughs is to change people's perception of the comic arts, especially stand-up comedy, and to strengthen the shared cultural bonds that human engenders. So, first off, our team tried with little success to find competitors or other organizations that are similar to the mission statement of NYLaughs. However, even though they're in a niche market, they have a hard time making their presence known. And then, when we were trying to find numerical data about the outreach of NYLaughs, the realization came about that there was none. And so even though this was a negative thing to find out, the positive is that it also might be the most important finding, because if a company does not have a steady base on which to get the word out, it doesn't matter what the message is, no one will hear it. So we came up with 3 things that we decided that needed attention. NYLaughs needs to become relevant and visible year-round, not just during the summer months when Laughter in the Park is going on. We want to work on increasing the earned media placements, as well as working toward making strategic partnerships like getting donors or getting grants. We chose these 3 tasks specifically because they require minimal manpower and resources. The 3 main objectives that we decided to work on are to increase the NYLaughs Twitter followers by 50% by the end of December 2015, to land 10 media placements in publications focused on the comedy industry by May 2016, as well as increase the social mention reach by 12% on Twitter in May 2016 in order to bring attention to the website. Right now, the social mention reach is at 3%, so we want to get it up to 15%. And social mention is just a website where you can go in, type in a word or phrase. In our case, we typed NYLaughs, and then you can see who is seeing you or where your outreach is from. So it is minimal now, but we want to get that increase going up. So we have 3 main strategies for NYLaughs. The first one is to make the NYLaughs Twitter account the official platform for announcements and updates on your various events and promotions. You can even pin the important tweets to the top of your Twitter. And so the reason we chose the Twitter and not the website is because the Twitter will be able to get fast-act information out, bringing attention to the website. And so as of April 28th, 2015, NYLaughs has 808 followers. So this would be an increase of around 400 followers, which is definitely doable. The main increase would ideally take place during the summer months when Laughter in the Park is going on. Secondly, we want to develop relevant content to pitch to bloggers and journalists from various comedy media outlets. We actually attached to your appendix, there's a sample pitch that we wrote that you can start to look at and see and create more pitches from that. At least 6 of these placements should take place during these upcoming summer months to promote Laughter in the Park and the organization itself. And so we'll have a couple more just around the year just to stay relevant when you aren't actually in the middle of your season. Lastly, we wanted to create an interactive hashtag to use on all social media platforms. By focusing on Twitter activity, this would increase your visibility, raising awareness towards the organization, bringing more traffic to the website.
So we have 5 target audiences. Those include millennials, comedy enthusiasts, New York City residents, potential media publications, and potential financial supporters. We are going to focus on 3 target audiences, which include millennials, New York City residents, and potential financial supporters. So we are focusing on millennials because this group is extremely active on social media. They're always telling people what they're doing and where they're doing it. They're always looking to share what they're up to with their friends. They would be able to efficiently spread the word about NYLaughs and Laughter in the Park. We decided to focus on New York City residents because these shows are for the city of New York. So this public is given. These people are always looking for something new to do. So they are actively seeking what NYLaughs already does. And we decided to focus on potential financial supporters because these shows cannot happen without money, so potential financial supporters are prioritized.
So after establishing these appropriate target audiences for the campaign, we decided to come up with a number of key messages for each of those 3 previously mentioned by Ryan. The first group that we focused on was millennials. We thought that it would be a good idea to discuss the fact that millennials can grab their friends and have something fun to do on a Saturday night. As millennials ourselves, we know that there's only so much to do besides, go out to the bar, and you can really only do that so many times before it gets boring. We also wanted to touch upon the fact that using Twitter and Instagram at these events can potentially make their friends jealous. It gives them something to show off. You know, they were doing something fun and saw really cool acts such as Reggie Watts, and so they can snap a picture of what they're doing there and make their friends jealous that way. And thirdly, we talked about the fact that especially people living in the city, but millennials, you know, during the summer, they get stuck in their apartments, it gets hot, and they want something to do, they want to get out of the house, so this is a great way for them to go outside, get some fresh air, and to enjoy free entertainment. The second target audience that we created key messages for were financial supporters. We wanted to talk about the fact that they'd be helping out a great local nonprofit if they donated. Donating to NYLaughs is, you know, putting a smile on the faces of NYC residents, not just those involved. We wanted to touch upon the fact that a donation to NYLaughs is also a donation to the great city of New York. You're not only benefiting the organization and those who are participating, but you're also donating the city. You're donating to the city itself. We also wanted to talk about the fact that this isn't your average nonprofit. We want them to come see for themselves and to enjoy a fun and hilarious night. The third set of key messages that we created were for New York City residents, those living in the area. If they come and support NYLaughs, they'd be supporting their fellow New Yorkers as well as the traveling performers while spreading the art of comedy. We've talked about the fact that NYLaughs offers something to do right in their own neighborhood. Instead of having to travel for quality entertainment, it's right there in their own backyard. And also, we know how pricey entertainment can be, especially in the city. So we talked about the fact that since the events are free, it gives them something to do at no cost at all, and that would be something that would really attract these residents.
Okay, so next we have the communications tactics, and the first one that we're going to mention is targeted towards millennials, and we're going to promote the use of the hashtag NYLaughs events so that we can promote the events as well as promote the group itself. We're also going to have posters and flyers supporting the event so that it will gain more awareness, so that people will gain more awareness and will know where to be able to go to the events. And as you can see up here, we have a sample tweet. Someone's very excited to go to one of our NYLaughs events. And so with the use of the hashtag, more people will get to know about it, and then we will also be able to achieve our goal strategies and objectives of increasing the social media awareness of NYLaughs.
Spoiler alert, that person is Kelly.
Our next tactic is for potential financial supporters, and we will focus on trying to obtain grants and awards for the organization so that the financial burden will not be on the organization's members. Rather, it will be a little bit more supportive so that they can focus on making people laugh rather than paying for everything. So one foundation that we found was the Awesome Foundation, and they are a group that raises money and donates $1,000 a month to arts-focused groups within the New York City area. And you can reapply for the grant each month, so that's something that we're going to focus on so that we can use some of that money for other tactics and so that we can make things happen so that more people will gain awareness and preference for NYLaughs. We're also going to create flyers, as I mentioned before, and that we're going to put up in public spaces such as comedy clubs and other millennial attended places that people hang out, such as millennials, so that we will have a greater audience of people at these events, and we will be able to target specific audiences that we know will attend the events, and that way more people will know about the locations, and it will also drive traffic to the Twitter account so that people will be able to find out more information on a regular basis. And finally, our tactics for New York City residents. We're going to pitch the popular New York City entertainment blogs such as RE.com, Lastman, and Time Out New York. And we will pitch to these types of publications so that people who read them will attend the shows. The audience of these entertainment blogs are more focused on the comedy industry, so that will appeal to them, and hopefully they will want to go to the shows themselves. We're also, like I previously mentioned, going to create flyers and put them up in local comedy clubs and other millennial hangout spots. That way, we can gain more of an audience of that millennial age that does enjoy comedy. Oh, here's our mock-up flyer that we were talking about before. And this is brightly colored so that it will gain the attention of people that are walking by. And like I said before, it will be strategically placed so that the people who are taking note of it will actually want to go to the show afterwards.
So to give our plan some order and organization, we created an approximate timeline to base some of the actions that should be taken on. By May 15th, we thought that a press release should be sent out to appropriate medias in order to promote laughter in the parks. By May 20th, there should be flyers posted at 15 or more nearby locations, preferably ones frequented by millennials. By July 5th, there should be 2 media placements by this date to promote the first show. By July 25th, we hope to gain 300 or more mentions, including the hashtag NYLaughs with us. By August 5th, have 4 more media placements discussing the success of the previous shows and also promoting NYLaughs plans for the future. By December 1st, reach a total of 1,200 Twitter followers, which is 400 more than currently. And by May of 2016, so roughly a year from now, land a total of 10 media placements in comedy-related publications. The majority of those would happen obviously during the season, and also we wanted to continue doing that throughout the year in order to remain active and relevant.
So, in order to measure our success, we're going to monitor the number of Twitter followers by December 1st. We're also going to monitor the number of media placements by May of 2016. We're also going to look at the website traffic, as well as the number of donors and grants awarded, and most importantly, the number of attendants at these events. So in order, if our numbers in these sections increase from our benchmark, then our campaign will have a positive impact for NYLaughs.
Just some final thoughts that we have on this. The basis of this plan was to keep things small. And although the ideas and recommendations we have may seem a bit basic, they are what is realistic and doable at this point. It's crucial to create a strong communications base before reaching the intricate details, so taking baby steps will be the appropriate way to enlarge NYLaughs followers and create brand loyalty and recognition. So utilizing online mediums such as blogs and Twitter to disseminate information about the organization is important because it can reach larger audiences.
On behalf of Lowell Thomas Communications, I want to thank you for your time, consideration, and comedy. And if you have any other questions, please feel free to reach out and contact us. Thank you.